The MLB Daily Dish is a daily feature we're running here at MLB.DD that rounds up roster-impacting news, rumors, and analysis. Have feedback or have something that should be shared? Hit us up at MLB Daily Dish on Twitter or at MLB Daily Dish on Instagram. The elephants in the room this offseason are the fates of Manny Machado and Bryce Harper, who are likely to get a couple of the richer contracts the sport has ever seen. Well, it looks like Harper may have tipped his hand a bit in terms of where his preferred destination may be. After non-tendering him, the Athletics have agreed to a 2-year deal with Mike Fiers, everyone's favorite fifth starter and tattoo connoisseur. One could say that the Athletics are no longer playing Fiers-less baseball. Please stop throwing things at me. The Blue Jays and Padres are discussing a deal involving Marcus Stroman. It's in San Diego's best interests to snag another starter, and the Blue Jays would receive some young talent to freshen up their farm system in return. Tom DeLonge voice, say it ain't so, Jerry Dipoto, they've turned the Mandalay Bay conference rooms lights off, please just go home. The Mariners have acquired Domingo Santana from Brewers for Ben Gommel and Noah Zavolas. If Jerry needs someone to drive him to off-season deals anonymous, I'm free this Wednesday. The Reds and Dodgers have finalized a massive 7-player trade. So if you asked Santa to Yasiel Puig in a Cincinnati Reds uniform, then do I have good news for you? Dodgers fans, look away. Many are looking to this Puig salary dump and now open outfielder position is Los Angeles preparing for a hard and fast run at Bryce Harper. Could the Dodgers be close to sealing that deal? Why do we even bother with the winter meetings when all the action goes down after the fact? The Rays, Athletics, and Rangers complete a 3-team trade headlined by Jerks and Profar heading to Oakland. The Rockies seem primed to lose some players this offseason, but they are on the right track in terms of reloading as they snatched up Daniel Murphy on a 2-year deal. Murphy is expected to play at first base a decent bit because his defensive acumen is, well, lacking. The Cardinals have seemingly had enough of this whole not making the playoffs thing that they have done over the last few seasons, so they are trying to make some real waves. After acquiring Paul Goldschmidt, who adds some pop to their lineup, it looks like St. Louis will be adding Andrew Miller to shore up their bullpen as well. Yes, you read that correctly. It isn't all good news for the Astros this offseason, although they do have plenty of reasons to celebrate, as they lost reliever Joe Smith to an Achilles injury that will keep him out for the next 6 to 8 months. The Angels continued their search for pitching without having to commit a ton of years or dollars as they grabbed Trevor Cahill on a 1-year deal not long after signing Matt Harvey to a similar deal. Anibal Sanchez resurrected his career with the Braves last season after nearly starting the season without a job at all. After he helped Atlanta win the National League East Division crown in 2018, Sanchez was rewarded with a 2-year deal with an option for a 3rd year from the Nationals. Miracles do happen, kids. The Oakland Athletics were one of the surprise teams to come out of the 2018 season as they nearly ran down and took down the Astros in the NL West. They have their work cut out for them to retool their pitching staff to do that again, but they continued that effort with the efforts to sign Joakim Soria to a 2-year deal. Major League Baseball and its Cuban counterparts have had a tough relationship in the past given the political climate and restrictions between the United States and Cuba. Yesterday, a historic agreement was reached between the two parties that will allow Cuban players to join MLB without having to defect. The agreement still faces some real challenges from outside political forces, but this is a big step in the right direction. Matt Harvey has a new team in an area with a bumping nightlife. What could possibly go wrong? Harvey agreed to terms with the Angels on a 1-year deal, which gives the Angels a lowish-cost option with some upside to improve their pitching staff and gives Harvey a chance to rebuild some of the value he has lost over the last few years. Can we start calling him the Dark Angel because that's got such a nice ring to it? The Cubs went out and got another versatile player as they inked David Descalso to a 2-year deal which can be worth over $8 million if he reaches some performance incentives. Descalso is older, but can also play anywhere on the diamond, including on the mound in a pinch, and should get some opportunities to play given how much the Cubs like to switch guys out and alter their lineups. There is one less outfield option out there this offseason as Michael Brantley agreed to terms with the Houston Astros on a 2-year deal worth a reported $32 million. The Astros were bereft of offensive options, so it was nice to see them get some more talent on their roster. End sarcasm font if you're exhausted from hearing JT. Real Muto rumors and even more exhausted hearing the term three-way tossed around the baseball world, then you're in luck. The Mets and Wilson Ramos have agreed to a 2-year deal, per report, solving their backstop vacancy and depleting your Twitter feed to mere Machado and Harper rumors. The White Sox have acquired Yonder Alonso from Cleveland. No, this does not mean Machado will follow his brother-in-law to Chicago. Stop this hysteria right this moment. How A League of Their Own impacted the way people see women in sports. It's safe to say that this year's gathering of general managers far and wide left baseball fans a tad underwhelmed. But despite how acute some of the moves were, there were still clear and present winners and losers of the 2018 MLB winter meetings. I'll give you 2 guesses on the big losers.